With the iconic words of sports legend Bobby Slick Leonard, welcome to Let's Chat Sports. We're bringing the Children's Museum to you every Thursday afternoon with a series of Let's Chat shows focusing on topics like space, art, dinosaurs, trains, and today, my friends, we're going to be talking about sports. We love all things sports at the Children's Museum. There's drama, excitement, and a whole lot of skill involved. And we're looking forward to the day when you can experience the Riley Children's Health Sports Legends experience in person. But today, we're going to bring a little bit of the Children's Museum to you with an all-star lineup of sports legends for today's show. You can learn more about many of these sports legends by visiting the Old National Bank Avenue of Champions in our outdoor sports experience, once the museum opens, of course. Okay, are you ready? Here is our starting lineup for today. Whoa. We have Reggie Miller is going to show us how to shoot a layup. Tamika Catchings will answer a few questions from children around Indiana. Wow. Teammates of Olympic champion Wilma Rudolph, including 3 members of the iconic Tiger Bells, will share her inspiring story. Oh, wow. We have Indy Fuel forward Alex Rowder will show us a few ways to practice coordination. Indianapolis Indians mascot Rowdy will lead us in a crowd favorite. I'm interested in that. Oh, and we'll remember the life and work of Pete and Alice Dye. Wow. We're also going to give away some giveaways from College Choice 529. Speaking of giveaways, it's always fun to find out where everyone is watching us from. So post where you're tuning in from in the comments, and we can say hi. And when you post your answers in the comments, you'll be entered to win a $100 into your 529 account. Woo-hoo. I like seeing where everyone is from. We have people from Canada all over the world are coming to watch us today, and I think this one's going to be something that people are going to watch today, so I'm excited to see where people are from right now. All right, I think it's time for our first guest. He's an Olympic gold medalist and a basketball Hall of Famer. He might have number 31 on his jersey, but he's number 1 in our hearts. It's Mr. Clutch himself, former Indiana Pacer, Reggie Miller. Everyone knows he was great at shooting the 3-pointers, but what about a layup? Let's find out. Reggie.
Hello, everyone. I'm Reggie Miller, and today I am going to give you the art of making a layup. Now, I know everyone has seen the countless many of videos and shots from three-point land, but I want to show you how to make a simple layup, right? First, what you want to do is have proper footwork, right? You want to have a nice, proper footwork as you come in for your layup. Second is balance. Balance is key in everything we do in life, but especially in basketball. So you want to have balance as you're going in for your layup. And the third most important thing is focus in on your target. And your target should be the square to make a nice little layup to go in the hoop. Now, I easily can do this layup, but it's so simple, even a 7-year-old can come in and do a layup, right? Boom, baby. That's how we do things around here. Get over here. Boom, boom, boom.
That's great. Oh, thanks, Reggie. I was very fortunate a couple years ago to give Reggie Miller and his family a tour of the museum, and it was great to see him and his family engaging in dinosaurs and all these things. I love watching Reggie play. Reggie isn't the only Hall of Fame player connected to our basketball-loving state. There are over 45 inductees in the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame who are connected to Indiana. And it was recently announced that one more Indiana basketball player is joining the Hall of Fame ranks. Riley Children's Health Sports Legends Experience coach Caleb is here to talk with retired Indiana Fever legend Tamika Catchings about her extraordinary achievement.
Thanks, Josh. I am honored to introduce our next guest. Hello, everyone. I am Caleb Bailey. I am the director of the Riley Children's Health Sports Legends Experience. And today we are joined by the legendary Tamika Catchings. Tamika, thank you so much for joining us today. Before we get into some questions for Tamika, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Good to see you.
You too.
For all of our viewers, before we get started, I want to just let everyone know just truly how legendary Tamika is. I'm just going to run down some stats, which took up a full page just to kind of talk about your extraordinary achievements. Naismith Player of the Year, National Champion, Rookie of the Year, League MVP, Finals MVP, World Champion, 10-time All-Star, 4-time Olympic gold medalist, 5-time Defensive Player of the Year, number 3 all-time in points, number 3 all-time in rebounds, number 8 all-time in assists, number 1 all-time in steals, number 12 all-time in blocks. You are a walking quintuple double. It is really a no-doubter why we built a statue of you on the old National Bank Avenue of Champions. So again, thanks for being here. I have some questions I'd like to ask you. So if that's okay with you, I'd like to get started.
Let's do it.
First question. I just want to congratulate you on such an amazing achievement of being enshrined into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. Just tell me what that feeling was like. What did it mean to you?
Oh my goodness, it's a blessing. I could be honest, and I've shared this story a lot, I feel like, since the announcement came out, but it wasn't necessarily something that I dreamed about. It, for me, was when I was a young girl. I remember my first goal in 7th grade was to be in the NBA. My father played professional basketball, played for Milwaukee Bucks, New Jersey Nets, Philadelphia 76ers, and the Los Angeles Clippers. And my goal was to be like my dad. And 7th grade, wanted to be in the NBA. 8th grade, first time I saw Pat Summitt and was introduced to the University of Tennessee. Then fast forward, WNBA came my freshman year at University of Tennessee, and my goal changed. Then I saw the Olympics in '96 as well. So my goal was to be an Olympian. But at no time do I remember, and even throughout my career, at no time did I really think about, oh man, one day I want to be in the Hall of Fame. But to get beyond, to retire, and to have that opportunity, and I mean, the class that I'm going in with is phenomenal. Obviously, Kobe's heading it. You got Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, Kim Mulkey, one of the coaches that I've had the honor and the pleasure to get to know over the course of the last couple of years, and the other 2 coaches, Rudy T. And I'm just excited. I'm excited to be amongst the greats. I'm excited to be amongst the guys and young men and women that were inducted prior to, and a lot of them played with my dad. So they've seen me grow up from yay big to where I am today. And, truly is an honor to go in and just, it's like the highest of highest for basketball.
Yeah. Incredible achievement. In my opinion, the number 24 should just be retired across all of basketball. Not just WNBA and the Lakers and the Fever, just make that number, just no one else can wear it. I think the 2 of you have done a phenomenal job representing that number. When Kobe switched from 8 to 24, did you tell him to stay away from your number?
Well, interestingly enough, I was like, okay. So everybody's like, oh, I can't believe you wear the same number as Kobe. I'm like, wait a minute. I've always been 24. I've been 24 since I was literally the first year of my 3rd grade year. I've been the number 24 for life, right? And then same thing with the Olympics. They gave me number 10. I've been on the senior national team since 2002, really. And I had number 10. And then what number does Kobe get? Number 10. So I'm like, yeah, you just try to take my numbers.
I think it's fitting. That's awesome. Well, kind of transitioning, I think that's great. Congratulations again. So not everyone, especially where we're at right now, can turn a negative into a positive. And so there are two examples that stick out to me. One that you kind of highlighted in your book as a kid when you were growing up, and you kind of shared you were playing basketball with your siblings in the driveway, and it got heated, and you were going at it, and Dad came out and used the dad voice, which I've used a couple of times during this stay-at-home time. And he took the ball away and said, "I've had enough." And your sister went to a room and was upset. And some time goes by, and your dad wonders, where the heck is Tamika? And he looks outside, and you're still playing. You're just playing with an imaginary ball. And I just think that's kind of, most people would just kind of pout and moan and kind of go to their room or kind of give up. The other example is, being a senior at UT, being touted as the pretty much a no-brainer #1 pick, and then tearing your ACL in the middle of the season and being sidelined, and then just kind of going through that doubt. And I think right now, if you could just talk to us, most people on planet Earth, when they're faced with kind of those negative situations, have a tendency to shrink and not overcome. How is it that you tend to always overcome? What do you do?
I think the biggest thing is I've always just tried to stay positive. I've always tried to, make sure that when I live and when I do and just the way that I am, everything I do, I try to turn it around, right? Go back to when I was in the driveway with my sister, and it was really important for her. She was like, okay, she loved sports and she would play with me, but that really wasn't her main focus. She was more into dolls and tea parties and all of that stuff. So that was what she did. Me, on the other hand, I wanted to be outside. I wanted to play. And just fast forward just to all the different things, even right now as we're going through this, trying to find a thing that I can continue to be positive and I can continue to, look at you can look at the negatives of having to be at home and all the things that aren't going right now. But I think for me, I've gotten to spend more time with my family, my husband, my sister, my nephews, really being able to hang out with them. And then, Tease Me Cafe, able to do a lot of the different projects that we needed to get done that we just didn't have time to do. And the coaching staff, being able, we have a new coaching staff this year. So really being able to have some time with them, and it's just been great. Like I've actually had a really good time just working on myself. I started taking a couple of courses. Can't say that I've finished them, but at least you got to start. and I hope that I will get a chance to finish.
That's great. I think that's amazing perspective to kind of keep, just to continue to focus on what you do have and not focus on the things that maybe you're taking away. So. Well, that kind of leads to my next question. You're also legendary off the court. So it's not just the things that you've accomplished on the court. And I think what you've done off the court is also a testament to your legacy. Talk to us just about your Catch the Stars Foundation and why you started it and what that means to you.
It is awesome. I love what we've been able to do. And my sister and I, when we both got to Indianapolis, really, that first year, my senior year in college, I tore my ACL. You just talked about that. But when I got up here to Indy, I knew nothing about Indy. I knew nothing about the community. What I did know is that Hoosiers, about the movie Hoosiers, and that in Indiana, we love to play basketball. So right off the bat, I remember just telling our community relations director, Lori Satterfield, at that point in time, and said, hey, put me out there. Like, I'll do whatever. I'll go wherever. Just I want to learn the community. I want to, see and continue to make an impact. And for one of the first appearances we did was at Riverside Family Center. We did a basketball camp with underneath the Indiana Fever, of course. And one of the park directors came up and he was like, oh my goodness, you are absolutely phenomenal with kids. Have you ever thought about doing your own basketball camp? And he quickly became my best friend, right? And it's cool because this year we'll be running our 20th. This is the 20th anniversary to the Catch the Stars Youth Holiday Basketball Camp. So that's kind of the beginning. Fast forward 2004, we actually got our 501c3 status for the Catch the Stars Foundation. And, we focused on fitness, literacy, and youth development. So a lot of really, really cool things. We actually just wrote another book called Shoot for the Stars, and we're in the process of running an 8-week leadership program. So a lot of really, really cool things going on in the Catch the Stars world, and getting ready for our Scholar Athlete Dinner, where we'll give out some scholarship money to some young, deserving student athletes. So you can tell I get excited when I talk about it, because the kids that we get a chance to work with are absolutely amazing.
Well, I fear I may have lost Tamika.
Oh, no, I'm here.
Okay, good. Well, congratulations on 20 years. I mean, talking about continuing to leave a lasting impact on your community. Thank you so much for sharing. I look forward to kind of hearing how you guys continue to progress. So I guess now talk to me about, being the general manager of a professional basketball team, especially with sports being on pause right now. What was the virtual draft like? You just kind of walk me through just what's been going on with you and the team.
Well, it definitely was interesting. And I kind of figure, I'm like, if there's a first time for everything, it might as well be first time for all of us, right? So first time in my new role, first time for our coaching staff, and obviously the new players that we were able to draft and bring into our Indiana Fever family. But, it was a lot of fun. The coaching staff and I, like, we were right after Final Four, we were going to take a break and then come back and get prepared for the draft. But when everything transpired, literally we were on the phone every day for hours, just getting ready and getting prepared and going through some mock drafts and a lot of different things that came with that. So on actual draft night, trying to figure out how to place all the computers and all the electronic, because you got to be on the call with the WNBA and you got to be on the phone here and you got to have a line for the coaching staff. I mean, I had a lot going on, but getting through draft night though, I mean, it was really cool because the players that we were able to draft, Lauren Cox at number 3, just cannot say enough about what she will bring to our team. And, if you have not gotten a chance to watch her, please make sure go back and look at Baylor. They won the championship last year, 2019. So I told her, with the Final Four not happening this year, that means you're basically still a champion. So she actually appreciated that, right? Turn a negative into a positive. Mm-hmm. You're still a champion. So nobody can take that away from you. And then we got Kathleen Doyle from Iowa. So University of Iowa, a little point guard, feisty. You're going to really, really like her. And then we drafted Kamaya Smalls from James Madison University. So, the draft overall was a huge success. I feel like the players that we were able to bring in, and of course the core group of players that we have, I'm ready. I'm ready for us to get going.
I bet. Well, again, great perspective on kind of taking something that is kind of stressful and figuring out how are we going to make this technology work as we're all navigating. So cool story. Let's do some rapid fire, change up the pace a little bit. So I'm going to ask you some questions. Give me some one-word responses. And then I'm going to finish it up here with you with some fun questions from some of our kid viewers. Okay. Favorite food?
French fries.
Favorite song right now?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. Favorite dinosaur?
T-Rex.
That's a good one.
Yes.
Favorite children's museum exhibit?
Oh my goodness. I love the outside area, all of it. I just like to be outside.
Love it.
Make sure you go by the statues too while you're at it.
Absolutely. All right, so let's get to the hard-hitting questions from some of our kid viewers. So you kind of talked about how long you've worn number 24, but was there a reason why you chose number 24?
So my dad wore number 42, and I have an older brother. So my older brother wore half of my dad, which is 21. And then I have an older sister. She wore opposite of my brother, which is 12. And then I wear opposite of my dad, which is 24. So here we are.
Strong tie to the family. That's awesome. So who was your role model growing up? I think it's your dad, but, let me know.
Yeah, so my dad was my first role model. And just because, we got obviously front row seats to watching his games when I was younger. But beyond my dad, my next role model was Alonzo Mourning. And really early on, I kind of designed my game on him. He was a player that could if you needed somebody to score, he could score a block shot, defend, rebound, pass. I mean, like he was a great overall player. And I designed my game after him. And then, of course, fast forward to the 96 Olympic team. And Dawn Staley, Cheryl Swoops, and Lisa Leslie, like they were my, oh man, if I could one day just get good enough to play with them. And dreams do come true.
Yeah, look at you now. I love it. Okay, two more. If you could play one-on-one against anyone, who would you play against?
I don't know. One-on-one against anybody. Let's go with Zoe, just because, like that was my guy.
I like it. Good matchup. And then last, if you could play any sport besides basketball, what sport would you play?
Any sport? Well, is biking a sport now? Cycling, right? Like I could be a cyclist. I'm really getting into biking during this. So I've told my husband I want a new bike. I want to upgrade so that I can get out there and, So I want to be a cyclist.
Another Indiana legend has certainly got into cycling, Reggie Miller. I saw a poll the other day that was talking about, who deserves a statue outside of Banker's life. And it showed Reggie and Slick. And I think it should be you and Reggie. I think, obviously, I'm very happy that we've got both of you at our place. But I think there's no one more synonymous with Indiana basketball than Tamika and Reggie. So hopefully, who knows, someday that'll happen. So, well, Tamika, you've been a joy. Thank you so much. Keep inspiring us. Keep doing great things. We can't wait to see you back at the Children's Museum and the Riley Children's Health Sports Legends Experience. Hope you have an amazing day.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Caleb.
You're welcome. Okay, Josh, that was pretty awesome. Back to you. Let's see what's next.
Thanks, Caleb, and congratulations, Tamika, on your accomplishment and absolutely legendary career. Did you know that Tamika Catchings won 4 Olympic gold medals for Team USA? It's just one of the reasons she's included in our Old National Bank Avenue of Champions. We have several representatives from Team USA in our Avenue of Champions. There's Reggie and Tamika, of course. There's also Larry Bird and Oscar Robertson. Both of their teams dominated their basketball competition. Oh, okay, it's time for another chance to win $100 into your College Choice 529 plan. A College Choice 529 is Indiana's tax-advantaged way to save for your and your loved one's education at any eligible school, including a tech, school trade, 2-year or 4-year colleges. You can open an account online in 10 minutes for as little as $10, and your savings can grow tax-free. Indiana residents may receive a 20% tax credit of up to $1,000 per year for their contributions. For more information, visit collegechoicedirect.com. All right, here's the question for your chance to get $100 into your 529 plan. Here we go. What sport would you play if you were in the Olympics? That's a thing. Comment below. Be putting your chance to win $100 there from the 529 plan there. I think I would choose, it's a winter sport. Something I always wanted to try was the bobsled. The 2-man bobsled, I wanted to try that. I didn't want to be the one steering. I wanted to be the one back pushing. That's the one I would want to be, that bobsled champion there. All right. Another sports legend Olympian who dominated the competition was Wilma Rudolph. She was the first American woman to win 3 gold medals in a single Olympic Games. Whew. When you talk about legendary performances, Wilma Rudolph should be one of the first people you think of. She was known as the Tornado, the fastest woman on earth. We have a special treat for you today. 4 Olympians are here to share Wilma's story with you. They sat down for these interviews exclusively for the Children's Museum of Indianapolis. And some of the stories they share are stories they've never told before. We are honored that they chose us to share Wilma's story with you. Because Wilma was the anchor of the team that held the world record for the fastest 4x100 meter relay, we're going to share her story in 4 parts. It's kind of like our own Wilma Rudolph relay. We're going to share her story in 4 parts. Okay, for our first 2 legs, we're going to hear from 2 Tiger Bells. We'll start the relay with USA Track and Field Hall of Famer Dr. Madeline Manning. She won the 800-meter gold medal in the 1968 Olympics and the silver medal in the 4x400-meter relay in 1972. Then we'll hear from USA Track and Field Hall of Famer Martha Watson, who competed on 4 U.S. Olympic teams in 1964, 68, 72, and 76 as a sprinter and long jumper.
Hi, my name is Madeline Manning Mims, and I want to tell you about a very special woman in my life, Wilma Rudolph. Wilma competed at the 1956 and 1960 Olympic Games. I personally never trained with her because she was before my time, but she would frequently visit Tennessee State University to encourage and spend some time with Coach Temple and the Tiger Bells. I first heard of Wilma when I was 12. My stepfather told me of this Negro woman who was known worldwide for her athletic feats at the Olympic Games. And I didn't have a clue about what he was talking about or what the Olympics were or what she had accomplished. But I figured that if she was outrunning some of the best women in the world, maybe I could do the same. After all, I was beating all the kids around the neighborhood. And that's about all I thought concerning running. I would see Wilma on campus, AKA Skeeta, as in mosquito, her nickname. One of the things, she was just strikingly beautiful, beautiful woman. But I never officially met her until 1967 at the Pan Am Games in Canada. Martha Watson, who was our long jumper and one of our sprinters, went up to Wilma and told her, Manning doesn't know who you are. I could have died. I couldn't believe that. What was she doing? I was so embarrassed, but Wilma walked over to me, looked at me, put her arms around me, and gently said, it's not about you knowing who I am. This is your time. And what matters is that you go out there and win that gold medal, Manning. It belongs to you. I was overwhelmed. But I responded by going out and winning the gold medal in the 800-meter run. And I set a new Pan Am record just on those words of encouragement. Meeting Wilma was a life-changing experience for me. She personified grace and beauty and integrity, strength, and more love than I had ever encountered before from someone outside of my family. I wanted to pattern my life after her as an athlete and as a woman. That's the kind of influence Wilma had on my life and in so many others as well. She became one of my best friends.
In 1960, a little black girl in Long Beach, California, encountered the Black Gazelle for the first time. That little girl was me. I was in my living room. We were watching the 1960 Olympic Games in Rome. Wilma Rudolph won 3 gold medals and broke 3 Olympic Games records. It's amazing. She made it look so easy. I mean, everybody else, they looked frantic, scared, eyes bulging, mouths wide open, struggling to get to the finish line. She didn't even look like she was touching the ground. That's how smooth she was. You'd have to see it to understand what I'm saying. I couldn't describe it in 1960, and this may even sound crazy as a comparison, but have you ever watched an avalanche on television? I mean, it's coming down and it looks like it's going in slow motion past trees and rocks and everything, but they can travel 80 miles per hour. And that was Skeeter. I couldn't see the speed. I could see the power, though. It was amazing. The French named her the Black Pearl, and the Italians called her the Black Gazelle. I did meet her finally in 1962. I was at the National Championships, my first, in the Coliseum in Los Angeles. She even gave me her autograph. My father was there, and he went and spoke with Mr. Temple. And Coach Temple told my dad that if I made the Olympic team in 1964, I would have a scholarship to Tennessee State. And everybody I knew wanted to be a Tiger Belle. Mr. Temple and Mr. Catlin, my junior high school principal, I called them seed planters. Mr. Catlin told me, he said, "Little Flea," and he was the only one that could call me that. He said, "You're going to the Olympics." And Mr. Temple, with that scholarship, he just, well, in 1964, I made my first Olympic team. In 1965, I was at Tennessee State on a full ride. Now, Wilma would come every year to greet the new freshmen. And I mean, she was coming to see us. The Black Pearl, the Gazelle, the Black Gazelle was coming to us. The mountain was coming to us. And we were all in awe. She knew our names, where we were from, what events we were competing in. So much joy. And what a smile. And she explained to us what it meant to be a Tiger Belle. It wasn't automatic. For the first year, I had to wear a plain white or blue t-shirt because I wasn't a Tiger Belle. Tokyo didn't count. You had to make a team while you were at Tennessee State. In 1987, I was inducted into the National Track and Field Hall of Fame. I was asked to donate something for the hall, and my Tiger Belle t-shirt is one of the things I shared with them. It was that important to me. It was not a gift or an award. It was something that I earned myself. In 1960, I was given a star to shoot for. I was given a star to shoot for. I reached for that star and I grabbed it with both hands. That's what happens when you get to soar with the eagles and run with black gazelles that are like black, rare pearls.
Wow, this is a really cool show. We'll hear from the final two legs of our Wilma Rudolph relay later in the show. All right, how about another College Choice 529 giveaway? Answer this question in the comments and you'll be entered to win. All right, what is your favorite food to eat at a stadium or ballpark while watching a game? You know, my sister was a Pacer cheerleader back when the Conseco Fieldhouse at the time, now Bankers Life, opened up. And I think my brother-in-law and I, every game we got a chance to go to, we would always eat an ultimate nacho. Those are the best. All right, we're excited to be able to share the stories of some extraordinary sports legends with connections to Indiana who have left a significant impression on sports history. They defied the odds. They've given back. They are icons. And it makes me happy that we are able to celebrate the impact of their legendary careers in the Old National Bank Sports Legends Avenue of Champions. Have you ever wondered what these athletes think about having a statue in our museum? When former Indianapolis Colts wide receiver Reggie Wayne was in town back in November to celebrate him being put into the Colts Ring of Honor, he stopped by the Children's Museum. We caught up with him and asked him about his statue. Here's what he had to say.
It's awesome. It really is. Just to come out here and see all the smiles on everybody's faces. I mean, from kids on up to adults, it's an awesome thing. And when they came to me with this, without a doubt, I said I will be there with bells on. Even though I'm out here in the cold, I'm enjoying every bit of it.
It's a little different than Miami.
It is a little different,
Yeah.
but I'm enjoying it. Oh man, it's humbling. It really is. I mean, look at this thing, man. It is awesome. I love everything about it, and for them to be able to pick me here, I mean, I can't put it into words. It really is. It's an awesome thing. They can have all the statues in front of the stadium. I like my statue here. I really do.
Super cool. We like having your statue here too, Reggie. All right, what do you say we have another giveaway? Are you ready? Put your answers in the comments for a chance to win a $100 deposit into your College Choice 529 account. Okay, Tamika Catchings wore number 24. Reggie Miller wore number 31. Reggie Wayne wore 87. If you could pick any number, what number would you have on your jersey? I have worn a lot of different numbers in my youth playing career. I think I would choose a last one, which is number 21. I would be number 21 on my jersey. Do you know what number I'd pick for Barbara Wynn? 50,000. Because that's how many youths she has impacted with her tennis programs. It's actually more than 50,000, but that's a nice round number for a jersey, don't you think? Her statue outside the Sports Legends Experience Seymour and Rita Holt Tennis Center is a testament to the impact she continues to have on people's lives through tennis. Barbara, we salute you. Make sure you stay tuned. We have one more $100 College Choice 529 account giveaway coming up. You know, being a sports legend requires a lot of things: skill, dedication, hard work, and overcoming adversity. There are just few of those characteristics of our sports legends in the Old National Bank Avenue of Champions at the Riley Children's Health Sports Legends Experience. But do you know what else all of these sports legends had to do? Of course, they had to practice. When it's safe to return to the museum, you can practice your hockey skills in the Indy Fuel Hockey Experience in the shadow of the statue of the great one, Wayne Gretzky. Until that time, Indy Fuel forward Alex Rauter has an idea about how you can practice your coordination with a few common household objects. Take it away.
Hey guys, my name is Alex Rauter, and I play professional hockey for your Indy Fuel. Since you can't come out and play at the Riley Children's Health Sports Legends Experience at the Children's Museum of Indianapolis, we're going to teach you a little something about hockey here, right at home. Whether you're on the road or at home, it's important to get outside and stay fit. Coach Greg and Coach Leslie are here to help me demonstrate a fun game to work on our coordination. All you need is a household item, whether it's a hockey stick, a pan, or a book, and then a ball of any sort. And all we're gonna do is try to keep it up as many times as we can. We're gonna throw the ball up and just try to bounce it as many times as you can. You can challenge yourself and count as high as you can to see any kind of record that you can get. If you drop the ball, simply pick it up and start over. Another fun game is to play keep up with just one ball. So we're going to spread around in a mini circle or triangle and try to keep the ball up as long as we can. Oh, one more. Now. Nice. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah.
You got it. Oh.
Okay. Ah! Thanks for joining us as we bring the Children's Museum to you at home.
Oh, I don't know about you, but I need to work on my coordination. Thanks, Alex, for showing us how we can keep working to get better at our skills. We'll see you on the rink. Let's go, Fuel! I think it's time to check with the scoreboard. Well, of course, if you were in our Sports Legends Experience, you'd find it in the Weesey Field Baseball Experience. After visiting the statues, of course, of three iconic members of the Indianapolis Clowns, they are Hammer and Hank Aaron, Peanut Johnson, and Tony Stone. Ooh, would you look at that? I think it's time for the 7th inning stretch. A 1, a 2, a 3. Take it away, Rowdy. Thanks, Rowdy. I think we're all loosened up and ready to hear more about Wilma Rudolph's legendary track and field career. In the final legs of our Wilma Rudolph relay, let's hear from USA Track and Field Hall of Famer Chandra Cheeseborough. And in the 1984 Olympics, she won 2 gold medals in the 4x100 meter and 4x400 meter relays and a silver medal in the 400 meter sprint. She was a Tiger Belle at Tennessee State. We'll also hear from Ron Freeman, who won a gold medal in 1968 in the 4x400 meter relay and a bronze in the 400 meter sprint.
At Tennessee State University. And the question was asked, how did Wilma Rudolph influence my life? Wilma influenced me as a 16-year-old at the 1975 Pan American Games. I looked up to her as a big sister, a role model, and just a confidant. I can remember coming to Tennessee State and running for Coach Temple's summer track program, and Wilma would come by and give us words of wisdom. So she really influenced me a great deal. Went on to have a relationship with her as a really big sister. I can remember times going over to Wilma's house, spending the night and hanging out with her kids. So she was just like a mother away from home at some point. But the most important thing that I remember when Wilma was on her deathbed and the Lord gave me scriptures to read to her, healing scriptures. And I was allowed to do that when she was on her deathbed. So she is near and dear to my heart. I love her. I love her family. We still keep in touch. So Wilma was a big influence to me, Tennessee State University, and the world.
I'm not surprised that the Children's Museum of Indianapolis has decided to build a statue of my good friend Wilma. She was a terrific Olympic champion, winning a silver medal at 16 on a relay, going back 4 years later and running 3 gold medals. Extraordinary person. I can remember 2 specific times that Wilma came to New Jersey. And one of those times she went to the projects in Elizabeth, New Jersey, and had the children there also mesmerized. She talked about her life story, talked about overcoming odds and the importance of education, and told them about her friends, her teammates at Tennessee State University. As a matter of fact, some of those students have attended Tennessee State University years after she came. Another time she came, she did an auditorium program for me in another city where there was 1,000 students. Once again, she told the students about her life story, the whole plan. After she finished the auditorium show and she was getting ready to leave, she thought about going to the classrooms and getting close to the youngsters to talk to them. So that's what we arranged, and that's what she did. And students were so surprised that they could actually go up and touch her and talk personally with her. So for the Children's Museum of Indianapolis, I commend you for the statue because Wilma Rudolph was the queen of athletics. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Wow. We'd like to thank Wilma Rudolph's teammates again for sharing their stories with us. Another of our sports legends on the old National Bank Avenue of Champions is soccer star Demarcus Beasley. His list of accomplishments is absolutely legendary, including being the only American, get this, only American to have played for the U.S. men's national team in 4 different FIFA World Cups. He has a few tips you can practice at home to improve your soccer game.
Hey everyone, it's Demarcus Beasley. I hope everyone is safe and staying healthy and staying active. So in saying that, I just wanted to show you guys 2 quick little things you guys can do at home and with the ball. Today, I have a small ball, but you guys can use any size ball you want to. So the first one is just a pendulum. Just back and forth, quick touches, side to side, just like that. Second one is toe touches. Forward, come back, come forward again, just like that. So it's just 2 quick little things you guys can do with the ball while you're at home. Oh, and another one is juggling. Juggling is always a good way you can work on your technique with soccer. So from me to you, please stay safe, stay healthy, and to everyone at the Children's Museum of Indianapolis, hope you guys are well and hope to see you guys soon.
Thanks, Demarcus. You can find his statue outside the Subway Soccer Experience, where you can practice these drills that he shared with us. You know, it takes years of determination and success to achieve the status of sports legend. With Indianapolis 500 wins in 1961, 1964, 1967, and 1977, plus 35 consecutive starts in the greatest spectacle in racing, A.J. Foyt fits the bill as a racing legend. Let's listen as he reflects on his notable Indy 500 wins.
A.J. Foyt pulls in 2 laps later. His crew jumps to their task. They have a winning car and driver on their hands, but still the race could be lost here and now. Something is wrong. The automatic fueling device will not engage, and while tires are replaced, he's not getting the precious fuel needed to finish the race.
I did not know that when I got fuel that they didn't give me enough fuel. Something happened to our fueling rig, so they sent me on out, and he had a lot more really experience than I did on super speedway cars. And we raced very, very hard all day long. And I said, man, when they said late stop, fuel, and you didn't have a radio, you look at the signboard and I'm wondering, what do they mean, late stop? I knew I was gonna have to stop again. I said, man, I'm leading this race, I can't stop. With him running so hard trying to keep up with me, he wore his right front tire out.
Sid, here he comes.
Here
right
comes
to you.
The checkered flag for A.J. Foyt, winner of the Golden Anniversary 500-mile race. One of the most thrilling, surprising, exciting finishes ever.
We pulled in the victory circle. I'm quite sure I had tears running down my eyes like a big old baby. I was just so happy and thrilled.
This fastest 500 has lost 19 of the 33 starters. Foyt's relentless pace has put him in position to lap second place Roger Ward. Having outdistanced all of his competition, Foyt sweeps through the final lap and takes the checkered flag.
A.J. Foyt, our national driving champion, defending, and now two-time winner of this 500.
Only thing I knew that Pinelli driving the turbine car, that he would really be hard to beat. And I knew the only thing I could do was try to run as hard as I could all day and hope something happened to him.
With just 4 laps to go, it'll be A.J. Foyt moving into the lead.
I was lapping some cars going down the back straightaway, and for some reason I backed off. I can't tell you why. Well, I slowed down fairly well. I was under control with all the smoke. I couldn't see nothing, so I pulled my car down in second gear, and I kind of scooted down the seat and held on hard. I said, whoever I hit, I'm going to try to drive them past the start-finish line. And when it broke out in the clear, I said, I can't believe what I'm looking at.
Foyt's only got a couple hundred yards to go, but where is he? There he is! He's running it through. A.J. Foyt will win the Indianapolis 500.
And now A.J. Foyt, an interval of 6.82 seconds between the leader Johncock, the second place car Foyt. Foyt is closing the gap.
It got like 12, 11, then it was 9, and then 8, and Jack come back on the radio. He said, have you turned the boost up at that time, the power? I says, no, I haven't. I says, they must be in trouble.
He's through the cross. What's happened?
Smoke. Gordon Johncock, the leader of the Indy 500.
It's all over for Gordon Johncock. A.J. Foyt leads the Indianapolis 500.
The checkered flag is out. A.J.'s hand in the air. He is the winner. A.J. Foyt at Indianapolis.
And to see somebody win Indianapolis for the 4th time, I think that meant a whole lot to the crowd. Mr. Hullman rode around on the victory lap with me, and instead of my wife, which it was a thrill to have him. And I don't know if that was the first time he ever rode with a Indy 500 winner, but I think he was very happy that I won it for the 4th time.
We had our good breaks, we had our bad breaks, and I can't believe it.
It was a dream come true. It took me 10 years to get that 4th one, but if it had took 20 years, it was worth it.
Wow. We'd like to thank the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for providing the footage for that piece. Hey, Did you realize we just took a virtual walkthrough of the old National Bank Avenue of Champions at the Riley Children's Health Sports Legends Experience? We sure did. We encountered 14 different legendary sports personalities, and we hope they inspired you, challenged you, and encouraged you to chase your dreams. Now we're at the final stop in our old National Bank Avenue of Champions tour. Pete and Alice Dye were legends in the golfing world, having designed many famous holes around the world. Sadly, these two beloved golf legends passed away recently, but they were very excited about having the Pete and Alice Dye golf experience as part of their lasting legacy.
Do you think it will give more access to more children who might not have been exposed until they've come here?
Well, I think we've worked it out where the Children's Museum of Indianapolis is such a great building and has so much to offer, and it's wonderful that they want an outdoor experience and that golf will be part of it. We're very excited about that.
Do you think it will give more access to more children who might not have been exposed until they've come here?
Well, I think we've worked it out where a family of 4 can play. Everybody plays with a different colored ball. They can all play together. And this is something that I think all of us are promoting, is family togetherness in a sport that family can play together.
If they start at an early age, they'll keep on. It'll stay with them, and they'll continue, and they'll go through grade school and high school and college. They'll work on golf, and it's amazing the number of people that will stay into golf.
How do you feel about being part of a dynamic duo here of sports legends, of creating these wonderful courses?
You know, this is very special, what golf has given to the two of us. We have golf, but most of all, we have each other.
That's one of my favorite places outside the Riley Children's Health Sports Legends Experience. Cool. All right, we have one more $100 College Choice 529 giveaway, and here we go. Here's the question. Answer in the comments below. Who is your favorite sports mascot? Could be Boomer, Rowdy, Blue, anyone you like. Post in the comments. You'll have a chance to win a $100 College Choice 529 giveaway. Cool. All right. I want to thank you again for joining us. We hope you'll join us next week, same time, same place, for virtual First Thursday. We'll celebrate Juneteenth a little early with performances by the Griot Drum Ensemble and the Freetown Village Singers. We'll also have giveaways. So make sure you join us again next week. Stay safe and stay healthy, everyone.